Look, how do I say this nicely? How do I engrave this in the back of your head? Liangelo Ball will never, and let me repeat this, he will never in a million years, never, ever make it to the NBA. I wish right now I could snap my fingers like this and $10 million would appear right in front of me, but sometimes you gotta be realistic, right? I have a question. Can we please stop this Liangelo Ball madness? I get it 100%. I understand it 100%. He's the brother to LaMelo Ball. Everybody loves LaMelo, and he's also the brother to Lonzo, and many people love Lonzo as well. Liangelo has pretty much been a celebrity his entire life. Everybody wants to see him succeed, and rightfully so. He seems like a great and humble young man. When it comes to a personal standpoint, I love Liangelo Ball. I love everything about him. Seems like a really cool and genuine guy to be around, but we're not talking about personal, we're talking about basketball, man. I keep it real, and nowadays that's hard to find because a lot of people, they'll lie to your face because they don't want to hurt your feelings. Me, I don't care. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. I do not care if it hurts your feelings. You want to know why I do that? Not just when it comes to basketball, football takes, but in real life, it's because I want people to treat me the same exact way. Have you ever heard the phrase and quote, treat people how you want to be treated? That's exactly what I'm talking about. It is much better in this life for somebody to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And a lot of times the truth is going to hurt, but it's better than someone lying to you, and I'll give you a great example. Let's say for the sake of this video, I'm terrible at basketball, and I mean completely awful, but my mom, my dad, my brother, and all my friends, they tell me I'm really good. Every time I ask them if I'm getting better or improving, they're like, yeah man, you're doing outstanding, you're the best there is. My dad's telling me nobody's better than me, my mom's telling me I'm the best thing since sliced bread, and you know how it goes, and sadly, that actually happens in this real world. Well, let me offer you this. If I'm terrible, but everybody around me is telling me I'm great, that means I'm going to think in my head, oh, I'm good, so I don't need to work harder. People lying to me and telling me I'm good, that is actually hurting me more in the long run than it would to be if you just told me straight up, I'm not good, but I need to work more. Anyways, getting back on topic with Mr. Liangelo, you're probably sitting there saying, yo, Matt, how does that correlate with this situation? For some odd reason, even till this day, and it blows my mind, people think Liangelo has a legit shot to get to the NBA. I'm sure a good majority of you saw the video we made about 7 or 8 days ago where I said Liangelo Ball's career, it's over with, it's done. If you want to go see that video, you can check it out for yourself, but long story short, why is his career done? Because maybe, have you ever thought of this? He's just not a great basketball player. He's just simply not, and we'll talk about that a little later in this video. In that video I made about 7 or 8 days ago, I honestly thought that was going to be the last video I'd ever make on Liangelo. But guess what? Ever since I posted this video, more idiots still think he has a chance. The only thing I can assume as to why they think that is because he's been playing in the summer league with the Charlotte Hornets. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you, we've seen this story before. He's played in the summer league for like 3 or 4 years in a row. Like, come on now, just because he's playing for the Charlotte Hornets in the summer league doesn't mean he's going to be in the NBA anytime soon, and he probably never will ever be in the NBA. Oh my goodness, like I said, it blows my mind. I can't put it into words, and I also can't believe I wasted, well, I don't want to say wasted, but I can't believe I watched the entire Summer League game today. I wanted to watch that entire Summer League game with the Hornets and watch all of Liangelo before I made this video. Oh goodness, and let me just say, watching that Summer League game, it's going to justify my points I'm making this video even more. Let's just say, I got a lot to say. This is going to be an interesting video. But hey, real quick, before we get into it, we're on the road to 300K. We're not going to hit it on this video, obviously. But if you like basketball content, help us get solidly closer to achieving our dreams. I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, now without further ado, let's get into it. Good old Mr. Liangelo Ball. Let me start off by saying this. I really like this guy. We got LaMelo. He's the, I don't want to say childish, but he's the swaggy. He's the young guy that every kid loves. On the flip side, you got Mr. Lonzo Ball, who is what I would label as the humble beast. Really humble guy. He stays out of the news, and he's an athletic freak. But then on the flip side, you got Liangelo Ball. I'm not exactly sure how you would describe this guy because he's not a beast, and I would consider him pretty humble. I don't know how I would describe him, but I can tell you this. I can't help but think, time after time when I talk about him, what would have happened if he didn't get suspended from UCLA in that whole China incident? I feel like that whole incident with China where he stole some stuff and he did it, so you can't feel for him too much. It was the start to just a downhill slope. Ever since that moment, it's been downhill, and many people have forgot about him. Am I saying if he didn't get in trouble with China and he played for UCLA for 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 years, would he be in the NBA now? I don't know about that. I'm really not too sure and we'll never know, but here's what I do know. I am saying he'd have a better chance if he didn't get in trouble. It is what it is though. He learned from it, he got really mature, and it's in the past, so no need to dwell on it. Look, how do I say this nicely? How do I engrave this in the back of your head? Liangelo Ball will never, and let me repeat this, he will never in a million years, never, ever make it to the NBA. And ladies and gentlemen, what I saw today, it justified that even more, and if you watch the Summer League, you know what I'm talking about, but you don't want to face the truth. In this most recent game, which was today, I'm going to show you his numbers right here, and you see them, and you're like, well, yeah, they're not good, but they're not terrible like you're trying to make him out to seem, Matt. And yes, I would agree with that, but once again, you can't be a box score guru. You gotta watch the tape. He played 17 minutes, which is a lot of time. It's relatively half the game. Was 3 for 8 on the field, or from the field, my fault, and 0 for 4 on threes, and had 6 points. So it's not all too bad, but what you wouldn't understand is he didn't make a single shot. All those points, they were from layups. He missed every single three-pointer, and one of them he airballed, and he bricked, and I mean totally bricked in mid-range. And here's what a lot of people don't understand. If Lonzo Ball or LaMelo Ball wasn't even in the NBA, I don't even know if he'd be getting these G League opportunities. Because haven't you noticed that all of his G League opportunities, they stem from his brother's achievements? Think about it. Do you really think it's a coincidence he's picked up with the Hornets in back-to-back summer leagues? No. If you did watch this game, and you have any basketball IQ whatsoever, you can tell that Liangelo, he's not even the 5th, 6th, or 7th best player on the court at any time. Why is that important? Because it's the Summer League. All the good and great players, they're not even playing in this. Yes, of course, you're having the rookies and maybe some second-year guys play in it, but outside of that, no. To make it to the NBA, you got to be exceptional at one thing or really good at 3 or 4 things, and Liangelo Ball, he's none of that. You can't point at Liangelo Ball and be like, okay, he's really good at that and nobody else is as good as him at what he does. Can he shoot the basketball here and there? Yeah, but you see right here, he went 0 for 4 and it's 2022. Centers nowadays can catch and shoot shots. He's a good shooter, but like I said, everybody's a good shooter. He's not a great shooter. He's not tall. He's not fast. He's not quick. He doesn't rebound great. He doesn't make a lot of plays. There's nothing that stands out. Whoa. I know what you're saying. Well, Matt, he does make some plays here and there, and he can rebound here and there, but that's my point exactly. It's here and there. Overall, as a collected basketball player, he's solid, but we're talking about the NBA. They don't want solid guys. They want guys that are freakishly tall. They're freakishly athletic. They can shoot the 3 ball from half court. Something about your game has to stand out. Once again, like I've stated, we've seen this story over and over year after year. He does play in the Summer League, but normally he's coming off of the bench. He always averages around 10, 15, 20 minutes per game. He's never playing 25 or 30 minutes. I can almost guarantee you, take it to the bank, it wouldn't have mattered if he dropped 35 today. They're not even going to pay attention because they don't care. The Charlotte Hornets are only giving him this chance because they want to make LaMelo Ball happy. Come on now, it's common sense. I don't know how you don't see this, but they have no plans whatsoever to keep this guy. Maybe, of course, put him down to the G League, but of course, that's not the main goal. The Hornets continue to give him this quote-unquote opportunity to keep LaMelo happy so they can say, hey, we gave him a chance, but we still didn't like what we saw out of him. When in reality, it wouldn't have mattered if he dropped 25 points and went 8 for 8 from the field. They wouldn't have kept him. But here's where things get even more interesting, and I was like, what are you doing when I was watching the game today? Early on in the second half, he got back-to-back rebounds right when he got in the middle of the third quarter. And both times when he got these rebounds, he's not even looking to dribble or run the offense himself. He's trying to pass it to a point guard, and he sprints down and runs to the corner, and he sits there, and he never gets the ball. Occasionally, yes, they will give him the ball, and he comes off of screens, but here is my logical thinking. Liangelo Ball, you know you're not going to be playing a lot, so why not just go down there and shoot the ball as many times as you can? And I'm not saying you got to jack it up, but when you get a rebound, how about you attack? Because I mean, the worst thing they can do is take you out of the game, but heck, you're not playing that much anyways. That's what I don't understand, and I don't want to say he looks timid on the court because he doesn't look scared, but it's almost like he's trying not to make a mistake to piss off anybody on the staff. It all goes back to this though. Like I said, I don't even think it matters if he does really good or really bad. They don't care. Like my man Liangelo, this is the Summer League. None of this matters, and the best way to compare it is like an AAU tournament or a showcase event. If you played AAU basketball or went to a showcase, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Is winning a big deal? Yes, but it's not quite as big as winning for your normal high school team. Same thing for the Summer League. Winning, yeah, it's a big deal, but it's not as big as the real NBA season and the NBA playoffs. This is more of a showcase for the rookies and the younger guys trying to make a team. So this is one of the only times in your basketball career it's okay to be selfish, and I don't even think people's going to judge you for being selfish. For all my Liangelo Ball fans, you have to come to the terms with and realize this man is not making the NBA. Doesn't do anything special, and it's already too late in his career because there's younger players that are far better than him. I get it, he's a fan favorite, and maybe you like Lonzo or LaMelo and you want to see Liangelo do good, or maybe you just really like the Ball family and you want to see everybody succeed, but I want a lot of things in life, and sometimes we don't get our way. I wish right now I could snap my fingers like this and $10 million would appear right in front of me, but sometimes you gotta be realistic, right? The chances of Liangelo making the NBA, not just for some 2-day contract, but actually getting a legit contract, is about as realistic as me snapping my fingers and $10 million popping right in front of me. Moving on to our next topic, and I want to throw this in there. I didn't plan on talking about this, but I kind of forgot I already watched this game. What about that JD Davison kid? He completely went off. His performance today might be one of the best performances in all of the G League. I believe he was drafted 53rd overall by the Celtics. Correct me if I'm wrong about that in the comment section, but he dropped 28 points, had 5 rebounds and 10 assists, and made 4 threes. And let me throw this in there, he was efficient. He was 9 for 14 from the field. You want to talk about stuff in the stat sheet right there, this man balled out. And if you're an OG of the channel, you're going to know not only do I like Alabama football, but I also like Alabama basketball. Those are my teams. Why is that important? Because JD Davison went to Alabama, so I know a little, well not just a little, but a lot about this guy. He's also from my home state, so I've kept up with him ever since high school. And I gotta let you know right now, I was beyond shocked with how well he played today, because at Alabama, he was somewhat a disappointment. He was up and down, had a big turnover problem, and I don't even think he ever scored over 20 points for Alabama. Whoa, hold on. What we say on this channel? Say it with me now. Do not, and let me repeat, do not overreact to the Summer League. I don't know what got into him today. Maybe he drank some of Michael Jordan's secret stuff, but he played phenomenal, and it doesn't make any sense, and I'm scratching my head because in his prior 2 games, he was like 1 for 5 from the field, had 5 points, and then the other game, he also had like 4 points. So for him to come out here, drop 28 points, have 10 assists, I don't even know what to say about that. It shocked me. I did want to throw that in there. Let me know in the comment section what you think about all this down below. I am very curious, but peace,